Hello, Peachies! Welcome back to Dear Peachy. Okay, be honest. How many times have you looked at a photo of yourself and immediately thought, why does my face look so huge? If that sounds familiar, trust me, you're not alone. Having a big face is probably one of the most common appearance insecurities among women. And when it comes to making your face look smaller, the first thing most people think of is changing their hairstyle. But here's the thing, a lot of people are following hairstyle advice that's actually doing the opposite. Instead of giving your face shape more dimension, they're accidentally making their face look even bigger or flatter. So in today's video, we're gonna break down the hairstyle mistakes that can make your face look flat, and more importantly, the hairstyles that actually complement your face shape. But before you run to book a salon appointment, there's one thing you need to know. Not all big faces are the same. Some people have a stronger bone structure. Some have fuller, softer facial features, and some don't actually have a big face at all. They just have proportions that make their face appear larger than it really is. And because each type has a different reason for looking big, the hairstyles that flatter them are completely different too. So first, let's figure out exactly what kind of face you're working with. The first type is a face with a strong, angular bone structure. This usually means a wider, more defined jawline or a face shape with greater visual weight. Interestingly, your face may not actually be large, but because of your facial structure, it can appear larger, especially in photos. Compared to oval or heart-shaped faces, angular faces tend to look more substantial and prominent. The second type is a fleshy, rounded face. This is almost the opposite of the first category. Instead of strong bone structure, the face has more softness, fullness, and facial volume. For many Asians, whose facial features are generally less pronounced, even a slight weight gain or naturally fuller facial tissue can make the face appear larger, rounder, and flatter. The third type is a little different and is a concept that's often discussed in the Chinese beauty community. This is when the issue isn't necessarily the face itself, but the balance between the head and the face. In other words, the head appears too small relative to the face. Viewed from the side, the crown may be lower, the head shape may appear flatter, and the ears may sit further back, making the overall head look smaller to the face. As a result, the face becomes the dominant feature visually. Take Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato, for example. When you compare them side by side, Selena's head shape appears fuller and more rounded, which naturally makes her face look smaller and more balanced. From the front, people with a higher face-to-head ratio often have a higher hairline, less visible ears, and a face that occupies a larger proportion of the overall head area. This creates the impression that the head isn't properly framing the face. Of course, having a head that doesn't visually frame the face doesn't necessarily mean your face is actually large. It's simply a proportion that can make the face appear larger than it really is. And in many cases, this characteristic exists alongside other features. For example, Olivia Wilde not only has higher face-to-head proportion, but also has a relatively angular face shape. So, can you identify which category or perhaps combination of categories that you belong to? Tell us in the comment below. Now, let's talk about the hairstyles that each face type should avoid. If you have a strong bone structure and a more angular face shape, especially if you have finer hair, long pin straight hair is usually not your best option. It can look heavy, flat, and lacking in movement. It also relies heavily on flattering lighting. In harsher lighting conditions, it can make your facial structure appear even more pronounced, drawing extra attention to the jawline and angles of the face. Straight across bangs are also less friendly options for square or angular jawline. Once you add bangs, the visual focus tends to shift downward toward the lower half of the face, making the jawline appear even more noticeable. Now let's talk about fleshy, fuller faces. The main challenge here is facial fullness and visual heaviness, because the face already has a tendency to look fuller through the cheeks and lower face. Any hairstyle that further lowers the visual center of gravity is usually going to work against you. One of the most common misconceptions is that if your face feels too full, you should simply hide it behind your hair. That's why center-parted hairstyles are often recommended. But in reality, this advice isn't as foolproof as it sounds. First of all, a center part tends to be more flattering on people with relatively symmetrical facial features. But beyond that, it's actually quite difficult to keep the hair sitting exactly where you want it throughout the day. What often happens is that the roots lose volume and the hair starts to fall flat. When that happens, the hair creates an A-shaped frame around the face, narrower at the top and wider at the bottom. Instead of slimming the face, it visually transforms it into a pear shape, making it appear broader, larger, and heavier. People with fuller faces should also avoid bottom-heavy hairstyles. These are styles where most of the volume sits around the ends of the hair, creating extra width and weight around the lower half of the face. The result is a visual dragging effect that widens the cheeks and jawline, making the face appear larger and more prominent than it actually is. Now let's talk about the third type, a higher face-to-head ratio. The rule here is simple: avoid hairstyles that sit flat against the scalp. Whether your hair is worn down or pulled back, sleek, flat hairstyles tend to exaggerate the imbalance between the head and the face. This is actually why so many girlies on TikTok say they don't feel like they look their best in slick back buns or super sleek hairstyles, but can't quite explain why. The issue usually isn't their features, it's the proportions. When the hair is flattened against the head, it reduces the visual size of the head even further, making the face take up a larger proportion of the overall silhouette. As a result, the head appears smaller, the face appears larger, and all the attention is drawn to the face itself. So what hairstyles actually work? Let's start with head-to-face ratio, since it can overlap with other face types at the same time. The reason this feature can make the face appear larger is because the face takes up more of the visible head area, both vertically and horizontally. To complement this face shape, we can approach it from two directions. The first is to increase the visual size of the head by adding height and volume at the crown. The second is to visually slim the face by using soft, wispy pieces around the cheeks. This technique is especially flattering for round and shorter face shapes. For example, if you have both an angular face shape and a head-to-face proportion imbalance, you'll want to add volume at the crown while softening the sharper facial angles. In this case, a voluminous hairstyle with soft waves works best. If you have a fuller, fleshier face along with this proportion issue, bangs can actually help by increasing the perceived height of the crown and balancing out the overall proportions. Once you address the root cause, everything else becomes much easier. On the other hand, if your face appears larger, mainly because of a strong bone structure, soft, voluminous curls can work really well. The movement and softness of the waves help balance out the angularity of the face, making the overall look feel more harmonious and less harsh. Another effective option is wearing your hair completely up. Having angular face shapes isn't a flaw, but it's a distinctive feature. Compared to oval or heart-shaped face shapes, angular faces often carry a sense of strength and confidence. Finally, let's talk about rounder, fuller faces. The key here is to visually increase the length-to-width ratio of the face, so it appears slightly longer and more balanced rather than wide. A few wispy, face-framing pieces are usually enough to soften the look and create a more flattering effect. As you can see, these hairstyle adjustments aren't actually that complicated. The most important thing is understanding what type of facial proportions you're working with, and then choosing the right strategies to enhance your natural features. With the right hairstyle and makeup techniques, you can often bring out 80 to 90% of your best features. Small adjustments can make a big difference, and sometimes that's all you need to feel more confident and put together. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video. Goodbye!